Hey folks, my name is Pravus, welcome back to more EU4. We're playing as Portugal, going for that all-blue achievement. And last video we finally got to grow the borders a pretty sizable chunk. We actually only have one nation left to fight for the control of the coast of Africa. About to take another big chunk of India, took a lot of Indonesia, took a lot of Northern Africa, took a bit of Italy. We're almost done with the annexation of Mantua, and very soon I'll fight the Ottomans so I can have an excuse to fight Venice. We'll go ahead and vassalize them, and then we're going to use them to feed a whole bunch of cores around here and keep them as a permanent vassal, since they do count for that all-blue achievement. The Commonwealth is going to be pretty instrumental for keeping everything afloat for us. They did ally Britain again, which I find extremely annoying, but I mean, like, whatever. It'll be fine. We're building up some steam, and all I gotta do now is get myself up to that age of revolution so I can use a little bit of imperialism. And with imperialism, we're going to be able to take so much land, it's not even funny. I have set myself up for a beautiful springboard. And by the way, one thing we should go ahead and do if I want to get myself some additional territory, we should start improving relations here in Macau with you. No, not you. You're not that important. But you has a territory that I need. I think I'll be able to actually, like, purchase Macau? Unless I'm very much mistaken, which would be a nice way of getting some trade in China. Not that I know a lot of what's going on over here. Ming does not scare me even a little bit. Japan is surprisingly weak for a nation that actually did unite all the islands. I expected more of you, Japan, but Korea has you swamped. What are you talking about? They're gonna kick your butt. Another big chunk of India is mine. No problems with overextension, we're good. I keep burning through all my Diplo power with all these unclaimed territories. That's certainly not helping my situation with Mantua now, is it? Yeah, but I just can't seem to help myself. I just want to keep doing things, and that means I have to keep spending Diplo. This all ceases to be a problem once I have imperialism. It won't be a problem at all. Oh, there goes my alliance with Bengal. That's fine, I didn't give him lands when I said that I would, which is like, whatever. What do you offer me exactly, dude? Answer, not a lot. Then again, what does almost anyone offer me if we're completely honest? Are there even any worthwhile allies anywhere? Not really in Europe. Which I suppose is no surprise. Anyone here that's blue? Maybe Hesse? Yeah. I mean, maybe you could be an ally for me, just so I can start spreading that beautiful blue color. Oh, by the way, I just realized I have a problem here with you. Independence. Ah, they're a vassal of Ming. I think that maybe I could have done the mission if they were only a tributary, but if they are, in fact, a vassal of Ming, then the only way that I'm going to get Macau is if I fight Ming, or do something to break up their independence. And if that's going to happen, well then, I don't know. I mean, we could do this, I suppose. Sure, I will support your independence, which means they're going to have infinite liberty desire. Then again, I guess that does cost me... that cost me a Diplo relationship slot, though. Forgot about that. Maybe that's not worth it, then. Look, if I want to go kill Ming, I can just go kill Ming. I mean, like, it's not that complicated. And if I have to fight Ming, guess who I have to fight? You. In which case, I just take you. So, you-hoo. Gosh dang it, I died again. Okay, 5-3-2. I've gone through a lot of leaders recently, man. If this were Crusader Kings 3, I would be concerned. Truce of the Ottomans has ended. Guess what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It means I go a-killin'. Oh, and Venice is not allied anymore. Well, you know, it also means I do this. Hold on. Relations are too good? I don't know about that one. What if I do things like send you insults and stuff? I bet you that won't stand for long. There we go. Now we can kill them. Don't worry, little Venice, it will only hurt for a moment. You're going to love being my vassal. Trust me, you're better off this way. In the meantime, I still don't see any reason why we shouldn't just go ahead and kill the Ottomans. And then we can bring in our buddy the Commonwealth. I mean, sure, they still have 180,000 troops, but they just lost a war against the Ottomans. Sorry, not the Ottomans, against Bohemia, who, by the way, has gotten ungodly powerful all of a sudden. What the crud? It's fine, I'm not really scared of you or anything. I am annoyed, though. I can build the Panama Canal? Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and do that too. Suez Canal, Panama Canal, lots of maritime access, and I plan on ruling the waves big time, so that's just basically free highways for me and nobody else. There goes Mantua, by the way. Thank you kindly. Okay, so that's now done. Personal union finished. Look at all that beautiful Italian land. It's all blue for me. And by the way, while we are fighting against the Ottomans, doesn't seem like a bad time to go ahead and do a repeat of our wars over here against Great Britain. If only I had any good claims, which I do not. Whoops, let's fix that now. Finally, there's the siege of Abruzzi. That took forever for some reason. All right. You're gonna be my vassal. And you're also going to revoke the cores that I've got against you because I don't want you to be a peeved little vassal. That won't do me a lot of good, now will it? But there we go. Oh, look at that. Nobody cares. No aggressive expansion from me. That's how easy this will be. Cool. Gonna take a while to make them happy, but I mean, like, they're not that angry about it. They're taking it pretty well, considering. Go ahead and declare this war against the British, since it looks like the war against the Ottomans is basically already done. Here's a 100% peace deal against the Ottomans. I can basically take over the entirety of Greece, which seems good. Really big coalition potential, but I mean, like, that's just what we're gonna have to live with. And we feed a bunch more land off to Syria as well. Cool. All right, so we're making progress in Europe. I do need to take all of this, by the way, for my mission. I found out, if you look on the wiki, forget subcontinents. This can be confusing. But if you actually hover over some of these provinces, this, for example, is considered to be part of Anatolia in the subcontinent Levant in the continent of Europe. And it's all of Europe that I need. So it's okay to feed a lot of this land off to Syria. I'm gonna have to annex all of this later on. What is this, by the way? Restore the Cradle of Gold. Medina? I did take that. Yeah, okay. Gold will be produced until the end of game. Local goods produced and local good... I mean, it sounds like you don't get to keep any gold for very long, but I mean, like, okay, sure, whatever. We'll just go ahead and have it. All right, taking a bit more away from London, although I really need to stop taking land now. I mean, we could be getting imperialism by now. We absolutely could, and we should. So I need to chill and stop doing wars for a little bit, which feels very counterintuitive, but it needs to happen. Something else I'm gonna go ahead and do? Let's start building up more soldiers. Another 200 regiments will do the job. Why? Because that will put me over 1 million soldiers, which is far beyond what anyone else in the world could possibly handle. And it would mean I can start working toward that military hegemony, just in time to make use of all that siege ability and start blitzing across Europe. All right, military hegemony time? I think so. This tends to really upset other people. Yeah, it makes us stand more alone in the world. I'm aware, but I mean, like, the benefits are huge, though. They really are. It takes time. If you don't remember how a hegemony works, is you start off with basically nothing and it starts building over time. Once you get to the maximum effect, though, that's when you start seeing some of the really cool stuff. Also, hey, cool things like, you know, monthly war scores to make it easier for me to get my military technology back online. War exhaustion, province war score means I can take more land with less actual occupation. Yeah, lots of good stuff to be had here. Oh, there goes Persia. They don't want to be friends anymore. Yeah, understood. That's probably fine. Commonwealth starts a war with Bohemia, huh? Okay. They're doing a little bit of fun of their own. So, I'm obviously going to join in on this. Scandinavia is someone we're going to fight. Tuscany, blah, blah, blah. And then the Palatinate apparently will protect them. The Palatinate being allied to a handful of small states. So this just turned into a pretty large war. Well, I mean, I guess it's fine. I've got a bunch of troops for this exact purpose, but would have preferred to do this on my own terms. On the plus side, this now means that Bohemia will not defend Naples. Oh good, the Suez Canal is done, by the way. Hooray! We now have full access. Honestly, this is fine. I'll just tolerate this war for a while, and by the time it's done, I'm gonna be ready for my next upgrade. Here it is. You all knew what it was going to be. New Casus Belli unlocked! Nationalism doesn't matter. That's fine. But imperialism, that matters a lot. I'm quite glad that they did eventually change this so it just says all countries, instead of literally listing every tag that was in the game. They used to do that, and it was a pain to read. This is proving to be a very costly war, Commonwealth. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. I hope you're proud you've hurt your cause forever. I hope you think you're clever. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy too. Sorry, I don't know. I watched Wicked recently, okay? It's a good show. It's good. Maybe I can just get out of this war. I know that would leave the Commonwealth in a really bad spot and they'd be peeved at me, but let's be honest, they really shouldn't have been calling me into a giant war like this anyway. I get the things that I want, so I don't even have to fight Bohemia going forward. Yep, just let me out. let me out. I'm sorry, Commonwealth. You're so peeved. I get it. But you're just gonna have to live. In the meantime, I know exactly where my next target would be. Oh, gosh dang it. You allied freaking the Ottomans again? Not that the Ottomans are very strong. They're currently suffering from some serious problems. But still, really? This is how it's going to be? Well, I don't really want to fight the Ottomans right now, because it'd be actually more in my best interest to co-belligerize them so I can take a big chunk of the Balkans later. So I think we can hold off on this for a moment. What else can I do, though? We could go fighting against people like Holland. That wouldn't be so bad. The Palatinate wouldn't even defend them, so it'd be just us versus Hesse, which isn't so bad, right? Yeah, we could do that. Hesse's even blue. I could vassalize them. Ooh, I like this plan. I think it's a decent plan, yes. Now, of course, this is the first time that we've been using this new beautiful CB, and those of you who have been around for many years know that there's something of a tradition on this channel. Once we get to this point, I'm supposed to scream imperialism every single time we use it. There's a problem with this. I'm just going to tell you right now. I have 2 sleeping babies in the other room. So we're not going to be doing that exactly, okay? That wouldn't go over well. I don't want to wake them up. Trust me, my wife would kill me, okay? Oh, frick it. There we go! Get out of the war! Yeah! All right, Holland. Sorry, we should have killed you a while ago. We really should have done it. I don't know why I didn't, but now we're gonna. You're dead! Imperialism is awesome. I'll be able to take all sorts of wonderful land. It's like having Deus Vult, but even better for the secularists. Oh my god, we instantly sieged down Den Haag. Instantaneous death! Beautiful. Well, these guys really shouldn't be able to do pretty much anything against me. They're all very, very dead. Ooh, the Ottomans just had a Janissary coup. Well, that's fun for you, Osmanaglu, or whatever your dynasty is. Fun thing, by the way, I literally was just seeing somebody talking about, like, EU5 and how they changed things up, so it's not always Osmanaglu or whatever for the name of the dynasties on the the Ottoman throne. Apparently it can be something else like Osmaniski or something like that, which I guess means daughter of Osman instead of son of Osman and stuff. Whatever, anyway, just a little tidbit I just heard from talking to somebody today. I don't really care because I don't pay attention to EU5, because EU5 is dead to me, at least for now. Which is to say it could be resurrected, all right? It could happen. I'm just, impatiently waiting for that day. Oh, France once again on this imperialism action too. They're gonna go kill Memmingen and stuff. This is fine. Again, France, Scandinavia, conquer what you want. I don't mind as long as it's not mine. Turn the continent blue, dang it. By the way, can I point out how much freaking money I've got? We've reached the point of the game where money means nothing to me. I've got almost 2,000 ducats coming in a month, and almost all of that can be just amounted to here in Sevilla. This trade note is collecting me 1,600 ducats a month. On top of everything else, which is letting me support well over 1 million soldiers. It's nuts. Hey, Helra, over here. Yes, hi. Yes, you. Palatinate not defend you either. Can do kill? Maybe. My armies are bored, so why not? Imperialism! Oh, we have a new emperor, Berg. No, wait, no, Brunswick. Okay. Well, the Palatinate just died, so a new emperor must be crowned, apparently. Okay, that's fun. Hi, Saxony. Frick me. Where'd you come from? So, hi, Hesse. How are you? You're going to be my little vassal as soon as you give up the will to live. Which you'd think would be soon. Where the heck do they even still have an army? Oh, they're down here. Oh. Hi. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, you're gonna be my new little buddy. And I might as well just go ahead and eat everything I can off of Holland. Where did you guys get this island? They may have had it a long time ago and I forgot. It's fine. Point is, let's go ahead and take all this nonsense, and it's dirt cheap because imperialism's amazing. The bluification of Europe has begun in earnest. We can also finish up our offensive ideas. That's more discipline for me. Recover army morale and stuff. That'll be certainly quite helpful. Any new awesome policies? Seller chance? No, thank you. Income from vassals. This could be useful if I have really big European vassals, but otherwise, meh. Can't say I care. Manpower recovery speed could be pretty good for me, I suppose. Other than that, meh. Like, none of this is really amazing, if I'm honest. I think I'd rather just save some military points and get ahead of time on some military tech, at least for now. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chunk of land off of Saxony, hand that stuff straight over to Hesse. We'll do the same thing here with Brunswick, say goodbye to them. We're gonna be creating a lot of aggressive expansion as we go with this, but we've kind of hit that critical mass where I think I don't care. Canada is the papal controller? Oh, I don't approve of this. I don't approve of this one at all. There we go, finish all of this. Saxony's the new emperor, fun. Okay. We're gonna be limited by our overextension for a while, which is often why you want to take vassals or create client states at this point of the game, but let's see what I'm able to do. So that's a big chunk turned blue. I now can start spreading Hesse and have them take over pretty much all of southern Germany. That's gonna be my goal. The Enlightenment has officially begun. Sweet! All right, where did it fire this time around? It fired in... really? It's fired in South Korea. Not what I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie, but that's fine. I've intentionally dotted universities all over my core territory like a plague, so we'll be fine. We're gonna let our overextension start burning down a little bit, then I'm gonna start their war for the rest of Italy. Looks like the Ottomans actually just lost their alliance with Naples somehow. Perfect, all right. I would like to co-belligerize the Papal State in this war. This does mean I have to fight the USA, but that's probably fine. I should be able to handle all these guys. There's a lot of territory I want to take. So, okay, we'll call in the Commonwealth as well, so I can also go to war against Britain and once again not have to worry about any of them. All right, imperialism! Ooh, hi, Commonwealth. You have no heir, I see. I need a little bit more favors, but we're only 3 off. Maybe I could get my, dynasty on the throne. Honestly, not that it would necessarily do me any good, if I'm honest. We're late enough in the game that annexing the entire Commonwealth, even if I did get a personal union, would probably take too long. So, at this point it's more bragging rights than anything. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna bother requesting the relative. I really just don't think it's gonna matter. And then why have the aggressive expansion? I gain nothing from this. Britain, while the Commonwealth is distracted, it's time to introduce you to the merits of imperialism. Though, silly me, I think you might already be very well acquainted. When do I get my next idea group, by the way? 26? Okay. Tech 26, huh? We are a good couple ways away from that. I do still think getting influence ideas would be nice. Beyond that, we don't really need anything. We should have this achievement done by the time we get to our next idea group after that. If we did, though, innovative wouldn't be that bad. I mean, I know a lot of people don't love innovative, and it's something you benefit from if you pick up really early on. But I will say, the modern siege weapons paired up with offensive ideas is really good. The extra leader siege and siege ability makes endgame level 8 forts so much easier to deal with. Go ahead and peace out with Mainz, see if I can't hand all this off to Hesse, which again, big coalition potential, but take some very key provinces, turn them blue. And then up in Britain, we could take a few things of my own, mostly knock out a couple of key forts. Be kind of nice to go up this direction, to be honest. That would just eliminate so much. And this doesn't even cost me that much in war score. Like, that's the crazy thing about imperialism. It's just the freaking overextension is still nasty, dude. Still, that's a nice big chunk of England removed. Which leaves me with stuff like the Papal State. I plan on handing all of this off to Venice. Could give them a little bit more for good measure, I suppose, like this. Sure, then that becomes their problem to core. And I'm probably going to be overextended from things like Naples, but whatever. You know what? We can handle a little separatist issues, right? Let's go ahead and core all that for myself. Done. There we go. Venice, I told you working for me was going to be great. I'm kind of tempted to give you Ravenna just because of the dang border gore. And I will. Strictly speaking, not the right call for me, but like, who cares? It's fine. Oh gosh, dang it. Commonwealth, no, don't. Right, they want me to go to war against these. You know what? This is the end, Commonwealth. Thank you. It's been fun, but I'm not sharing land with you. You're growing too big. Not that I'm scared of you or anything. But just understand, like, the Autoblob must die, and he must die by my hand. Which I'll go ahead and start that process probably about now. Wait, where's Hormuz? You're still alive, huh? Okay. I have a mission to take this, but, like, I have an achievement, and that's more important. Imperialism! Bukhara, by the way, has gone kind of ham this game. is pretty cool, good for you. They're still weak, but you know, it's nice to look at. By the way, we have, once we get the Enlightenment, about 10,000 development once you factor in all my subjects, which puts me at stronger than the next several nations combined. Is this what it feels like to be the United States? I think so. Next tier of government reforms. We're all the way up to level 10. Absolutism and constitutionalism. Little late. We've already kind of figured out that whole absolutism deal. Core creation, cost reduction, minimum autonomy in territories could be kind of good. Governing capacity, maybe possible policies, tolerance, blah, blah, blah. I think I'll go ahead and take the core creation cost and the minimum autonomy. That's pretty decent. Whoa, 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 I just got multiple sounds all at once. I think that was a weird dissonance there. All right. I died, cool, and we got cores at the same time. All right, well, that's fine. That's why we hold on to some Pope power. All right, that's a thing now. So we're dead. We get a 3-3-2 as our current leader. It's not good, but whatever. We're fine. What the crap? Oh, for God's sake. Louisiana lost a war against Canada, huh? Wow, they lost badly. And just had to release a whole load of tiny little peoples. And all of them are independent. Okay, you know what? This cancer can be dealt with later. It's not important, technically. I'm just not going to look at it. Okay, I can safely take a big chunk of land over here just to take this away from the Ottomans. That gets me back up toward my overextension, which is at 0% right now, so that is a safe action. Any small islands I can take? No, that's above 100. That's above 100. Oh, man, we're in that stupid part of the game where it's like, oh, how close can you get to 100%? All right, tell you what if I gave, like, all of this land, which I think all of this counts towards Europe, to Syria instead? That's why we want to have this, right? This state is in Europe, this state is in Europe, this state's in Europe. Yeah, so if we follow along this line, this actually would be fine. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll take all this, give it to Syria. So anything up to 100% I can still take. What about these? I can't take roads. I have to take as much as I can here. As much as I can. This might be as good as it gets. All right. I'm going to give all this up to Syria. Perfect. Seems good to me. Now we just probably take basically nothing. And then just have the shortest truce timer possible so I can kill them again soon. Perfect. 98.5% overextension. Not enough to trigger all the negative events. Good enough for me. Okay, so we're gradually seeing Europe turn blue. The Commonwealth, Novgorod, and Bohemia are the only real speed bumps in my road to glory. I guess Persia did take a little European land as well. Maybe Bukhara. But there's some little things to deal with. The Commonwealth's the big one, unfortunately. And I'm gonna have to deal with them at some point fairly soon. But I'm not scared. Their numbers are nothing compared to mine. The real only problem, honestly, is if Scandinavia decides to start protecting people like Bohemia. That's the real problem. Because otherwise, I could probably run all over the rest of Europe. No problem at all. But now I gotta deal with all this stupid nonsense and blah, blah, blah. I don't have to go kill Canada, I suppose. It's not an actual requirement, but gosh dang, I'm annoyed. They took over Michigan. You can't just do things like that, you know? Well, at least the Age of Revolutions has begun. Alrighty, so that's our new thing, huh? Fun. We've already completed some of these objectives. Emperor, powerful subjects, great leader, control institutions. And if I get a bit more dev in Lisboa, we could actually get that up there too. Hey, we are now the papal controller! Excelente. This helps a little bit with things. More diplomats, more tech costs, more diplo rep, aggressive expansion, blah, 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 blah. Very good. Also a good opportunity to start annexing vassals like Syria, since that is going to be a little bit cheaper now. Alternatively, you just wait until you actually finish the influence ideas, and I think that might be even better. What's this? Persia is going to be the birthplace of the revolution? I would love to see a revolutionary Persia game. Never seen it before, ever. I mean, it's pretty rare the revolution ever takes hold anyway, but like, this would genuinely be kind of cool. We're starting to see coal popping up all over the place, by the way, which is nice. So coal and iron now is going to be triggering more and more industrialization events. This is going to be a thing. Just gets me a whole bunch of extra money. How strong is Scandinavia really, by the way? Offensive quality ideas. And they've got, obviously, some good traditions, discipline and stuff like that. Infantry combat ability plus 20% is the killer. But these aren't unbearable ideas. Like, I feel like our troops in a one-on-one fight should be stronger than them. And I'm the one who's sitting here on almost 1.5 million troops compared to their 250,000. So, yeah. If I want to, we need to find a way to just kind of break the backbone of Scandinavia and Bohemia, especially Bohemia. Scandinavia, so they just stop getting in my way. And then after that, yeah, Commonwealth. What's the best way to kill you is a question. We do not have a truce with you. So we could start trying to fight off the Commonwealth, and considering how many wars it's going to take to do this, that might be worthwhile. Persia, on the other hand, also has basically no allies. Now, Persia's usually pretty strong, but I do have to take some of their European land. After that, I don't care. You guys can do whatever you want, but, like, you got to give me Europe. Basically, if you're really trying to visualize it, all of this land and then up is kind of what I need. So, like, I'm just trying to map out for myself. I need all of this out of Persia. That should be easily done in one war. No problem at all. How do we want to do this? What's the easiest way to start breaking these people in half? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I clicked on Circassia earlier. Oh, right. Okay, so Persia actually does have some big allies. Adal, Delhi, Sind. This would be a much larger war. Still very doable, but it is bigger. Whereas Novgorod's not very strong and the Commonwealth is kind of weak right now. They have no manpower. So if there's ever a time to do this, it's now. They've guaranteed the independence of the Ottomans. That's such a kick in the teeth. You have no intention of letting them be independent. Don't lie. All right, here goes nothing. Another big war. Imperialism! All right, it wasn't the Persians who became revolutionary. It became the Ottomans. The revolution has arrived. Thank you, Janissaries, I suppose. So that's done. The Padishah Emperor is Agonskis. Revolutionary Turkey is now our enemy. Fascinating. Okay, he's gonna try to spread the revolution in my territory. Guess how happy I am about that? Not very happy. Let's see. Novgorod decided to train up a stupid number of troops. Holy crud. Weren't you down to like 80,000 not that long ago? Now they're up to 220? I mean, I guess Russia doing Russia things, but like, wow, dude, that is quite the military buildup. Okay. The siege ability is working out beautifully, though, even though those are a lot of level 8 forts, and the Commonwealth does have a lot of forts. We're still burning through them at a pretty reasonable pace right now. Oh, the Commonwealth already wants to offer me peace. Cute, but all you've done is revealed how weak you are. Wait, why does Bulgaria exist now? Well, hello there. How are you? Imperialism! Haha, welcome to the neighborhood. Wait, you've got like 70,000 troops already? For a brand new nation, that's kind of impressive. Also, the Ottomans are no longer revolutionary. Got bored of that already, huh? Well, Bulgaria was basically just a straight-out free pickup for me. Can't say I'm complaining about this. I'll take you all. There we go. A few more very easy fights. I've lost practically nothing. I'm almost capped out on manpower. Still, we've killed another 150+ thousand Novgorodians, and the Commonwealth has not got a single soldier left and barely any manpower. All right, this should be my opportunity to take quite a lot of land. Even better, I should be able to break up the relationship between Novgorod and the Commonwealth and start establishing a big footprint where I can just keep launching wars. Now, what do I want for some splendor abilities? Hard to say. Artillery levels versus forts is quite nice for all the sieging. Liberty Desire from subject development is nice. Artillery damage from the back row is very nice. There's a lot of good stuff to like here, yeah. I think I'll take the artillery damage, because that's just so good. One thing that would be great is if I can also get Scandinavia interested in trying to kill Novgorod themselves. Because Novgorod's not exactly looking strong, and that would be another way of spreading out some of the blue color with no extra work on my end. But overall, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot here. We got 67% war score. It's pretty good. The problem is, if I take much from them right now, I'm gonna be overextended and unable to take much from the Commonwealth. So I've got to be kind of careful about what I do here. Could release nations. I don't know how much good that does me, though, unfortunately. So I think what I do is, for now, set up a position up over here. It's not very expensive, but it's right around their capital. so I'll be able to keep doing things to them later if needed. And then I fully expect that the Commonwealth is going to be unconditionally surrendering in a minute, which is going to force my hand and I might not be able to take as much, or I can just accept that we're going to have a lot of unrest. And to be honest, at our strength, that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, there's the unconditional surrender. All right, so we don't have much of a choice here, unfortunately. We're just gonna have to do something. So what do I take? What do I take? Good question. We will take more territory in the Balkans, probably. Where do you have big forts that I can knock out? One in Bessarabia is level 6. The more forts I can take away from you, the easier successive wars will be. So it might be nice to take a couple away up over here and down over here. And I am just going to commit to the fact that we're going to be overextended like crazy. It'll happen. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's annoying, but, like, it's not a big deal. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay. It's going to cost me a lot of admin power still, but I don't mind. And there's no reason to have really long truce timers unless I'm just trying to keep these guys away from any coalitions, which at the moment, I'm not. So, okay. Lots of overextension, no big deal, fine. We're okay. Let's see some land, by the way. Make sure we stay at a nice 100%, so I've got plenty of my absolutism. I never did go for the King and Country event, which I could have done. I don't like that event. The reason why is it feels wrong somehow to intentionally, like, destabilize your nation just to gamify a bit of extra absolutism. It is objectively the right call, though. It's, like, way better to do that. Hey, what do you know? We do have a revolutionary Persia! Ah, that's awesome. Cool. Why do you have the Italian flag, though? I don't know, but okay, they're revolutionary. So wait, this means I'm gonna get, like, the Crush the Revolution Casus Belli to use against them in the future, too. Which is sweet. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait, uh-oh, hang on. The fact that the revolution has occurred over in Persia is apparently inspiring all my vassals to stop being good boys. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to sack a lot of my prestige just to keep these guys under control now. Oh, that's annoying. Especially since I'm working so hard to make sure that you guys are taken care of. Hey, Scandinavia did declare war on Novgorod. Exactly what I was hoping for. Well done. Wait, why is... Oh, now Hormuz is revolutionary too. Alright, it's spreading like a cancer. Whoa, people are joining coalitions. I'll be honest, I thought we were immune to those by now. I've got so many troops you'd think no one would want to touch me, but France joined one. And then a bunch of other people followed suit. Well. That's unfortunate and awkward, and I don't like it. To be fair, it is kind of hard to say why they shouldn't join a coalition. I'm pretty sure I have minus 200 relations in literally every nation in Europe at this point, because of my aggressive expansion is so stinking high. We could have predicted this might happen. Well, I'm going to finish up my war against the Ottomans. I now have all of their European territory, so whatever's left down here, don't even care. Okay. I think we're now at a point where I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to crack the nut that is this massive coalition. All of Europe, Canada, plus Adal and Aden over here have all decided they want to be ready to fight me. And for the most part, I'd say, okay, fair enough. But surely one or two of you are going to have some allies outside of this coalition that give me an excuse to get in there and start breaking you apart piece by piece. Like France, yeah, I can't do anything about you. You're allied to Ragusa and Memmingen. But like Britain, they're only allied to European powers. Bohemia, I might be stuck. If that's the case, we might actually have to go straight out World War I, like, in order to beat this. Or, Adal, nope, I just fought Songhai. Yeah, literally everyone I've been fighting is all allied to each other. Oof, this is gonna get awkward fast. Okay. Oi. I do think we made some pretty nice progress here, though. The continent is slowly but surely turning pretty blue. Two big non-blue powers remaining here. Hopefully Scandinavia finishes off Novgorod. Feed Hesse, feed Venice, take the rest for myself, win. That's what I'm shooting for. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.